Father Richard G. Ang, OP, PhD, Rector of the University of Santo Tomas, our presiding official. Reverend Father Manuel F. Fu, OP, MHA, Regent of the College of Architecture. Architect Rodolfo P. Ventura, MS Arch or College Dean. Assistant Professor Marlon Carino, MBA, JD, Assistant Dean of the College of Architecture. Assistant Professor Vincent P. Serrano, MS RDP, our College Secretary. Architect Maria Benita O. Regala, President, College of Architecture Alumni Association. Our dear professors, my fellow candidates for graduation, parents and loved ones, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Growing up in Qatar, there was this one house I'd always look out for. It had this long bridge, a misty entrance, almost dreamlike. I was 6 when I told my parents, someday I'll build that for you. My parents smiled, probably thinking that I was just dreaming out loud. But then, I kept sketching houses. Not because I had to, but because I loved to. And before I knew it, I wasn't just drawing homes. I was slowly building a dream. But, like most dreams, mine phased out. I started college during the height of the pandemic. While the world was shutting down, I was trying to open a new chapter. I was still in Qatar, waking up at 2 a.m. for 7 a.m. classes here in the Philippines. There were days I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, and felt like I was already falling behind. For a moment, I thought maybe the dream wasn't for me after all. And I know I wasn't the only one. We all hit moments when the dream felt too far. When blockmates started to shift courses, when expenses piled up, or when deadlines left us running on fumes. When we took AMAs and prayed for 8 out of 8 on the first try, when we battled ARCC, raided the J stores at the last minute, then faced thesis with caffeine and prayers, unsure if we'd even make it. There were moments when it felt like everything was going against us, but somehow, we stayed. Not because it was easy, but because something in us still believed in the version of ourselves who dared to dream. Architecture didn't just teach us how to design. It taught us to keep going through failure, to wait even without answers, and to fight for ideas we weren't always sure of. Because in the end, we didn't just build plates and models. We built resilience. Some of us followed the plan, some took detours, got delayed, or even had to start over. But we kept going. We became expert crammers, 1159 submitters. We studied through breakdowns, presented through burnouts, and showed up even when we didn't feel ready. Because no matter how messy the draft was, we kept drawing. And if there's one thing I hope we all carry with us, it's this. You don't need the whole blueprint to be perfect. Because revisions and delays don't immediately mean failure. They just mean that the work is still in progress. And progress is enough. That's what got us here, and that's what will carry us forward. With that, I want to look back and thank the people who helped build the foundation of this journey. First and foremost, I want to thank God for His guidance, for being the calm in our chaos and the light that stayed even when all we could see were shadows. Through silent breakdowns, sleepless nights, and days we moved forward on nothing but grace, you were our constant. And if we're standing here today, it's only because you never let go, even when we almost did. To the people behind the UST College of Architecture, the administration, and the staff, Thank you for all the work you do behind the scenes and for the opportunities that allowed us to learn and love architecture even more. Of course, to our professors, thank you for the lessons, the patience, and for seeing our potential. To the University of Santo Tomas and everyone who helped keep it running. Thank you for building a space where we could grow, feel safe, and be challenged. I'll always be grateful for the doors it opened, especially the scholarship program. It was an honor to be a Santo Tomas scholar throughout my entire college journey. To my blockmates from 1AR10, 2AR1, 3AR2, 4AR7, and 5AR7, thank you for the friendship, the laughter, and the memes that we shared during the darkest deadlines. A special shout out to the very OA 5AR7. Thank you for being the loudest, most expressive group to ever exist. To my ride or die college besties, Nicola, Hannah, Samantha, and Danya, thank you for reminding me that there's life outside of grades and presentations. I'm so glad we found each other on this journey. To my constants, my high school friends, and my boyfriend, thank you for staying through the mood swings and for standing strong for me, especially during the times I couldn't do it for myself. To my family, from relatives to in-laws, from the little ones to the elders, your quiet encouragement and presence meant more than you know. To my ate and kuya, thank you for treating me like your forever baby sister, for the college allowances, advice, and constant support. Of course, to my papa, thank you for every ride to Santolan Station and every meal that kept me going. And to mama, who proudly documented every milestone, thank you for being my loudest cheerleader. You both shaped the person standing here today, not just through what you did, but through the love and calm you carried me with in my hardest moments. And to the proud parents, guardians, and loved ones of my fellow graduates, here today, watching from afar or remembered in our hearts, thank you for standing by us. Whether it was through quiet support, a simple good luck message before defense, or being there through our breakdowns and breakthroughs, your presence meant more than we can ever explain. This day is yours too. My fellow graduates, whether your path is already drawn or still taking its shape, trust that you are where you need to be. As we start building beyond UST, may we never stop dreaming, even in the smallest ways. Mine just happens to involve nails. You'll find me at Nail Vein on Instagram. Once again, congratulations to the USC College of Architecture Batch 2025. We didn't get here perfectly, but we got here. And somewhere, the kid in us who once dared to dream is proud. Thank you.
Thank